Hello there, Vortex. So lovely to be blessed by your presence. Now, in case you can't tell, it was snowing earlier in Tennessee. This is a rare occurrence. And whenever it does happen, it's very short-lived. So you just have to enjoy it while it lasts. Because just yesterday it was like 70 degrees. So I'm not the only one who's schizophrenic. Where am I going? I am driving home. I'm so glad that you are so inquisitive about my life and my whereabouts. I am currently driving home. My general manager at Steak and Shake is being a cunt, and she's not giving me any hours. I guess because she's trying to punish me for showing up late. That's kind of dumb to like try to punish somebody that's openly and obviously apunctual, but whatever. I understand that she has a business to run and shit like that, but she's late all the time. She's late all the time, and so is everybody else. But she's trying to make some sort of statement, and so she only put me on like 1 day a week. Oh, there's this guy that used to work at Steak and Shake. His name's Keon, and he was moved to this store. Like, she basically replaced him with somebody else that's not anywhere near as good as Keon. And he has his own store up in Madison, which is about 10 minutes north of downtown Nashville. So if you have any idea where I live, it's about an hour drive from my house. Why would you do that? Well, contrary to, I guess, what would probably make logical sense, it's a lot easier for me to show up on time for work if I have to drive an hour. I think it's because, like, my brain is being challenged, you know? I have to, well, not really my brain, but that's how my brain interprets it, which I guess is why, like, I show up early, or I actually show up on time. And I also have to think about traffic. So today it really wasn't that bad. It wasn't as bad as I was expecting it to be. But yeah, it's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy, like, how quickly things can change, and you end up in a totally different part of town than you intended to be. But that's cool. That's cool. I don't mind. I don't mind driving, and I don't mind how inconvenient it is. In fact, the more inconvenient it is, the more likely I am to appreciate it. So, anyway, I have like 30 videos to watch, and I haven't. I'm in the lull right now. If you're an artist, you definitely know what that means. Being in the lull is the worst part of being an artist, because you feel very unproductive, and being unproductive makes you feel like shit, but you're just sort of stuck in this purgatory-like state where, you know, you're just thinking about what, rather than purgatory where you're thinking about what you've done, it's like a purgatory for the future, where you're like thinking about all this stuff that you really want to do. And I'm just not motivated right now. Ugh, can't even talk. Not motivated to do shit. And like, that's another reason why I decided to like switch things up. Because like, whenever I'm in a funk, or what could easily be perceived as a funk, I don't call it a funk, I just call it the way that shit is. But like, whenever I'm going through a period of unproductivity, you know, I tell myself that I just have to switch something up. I have to change scenery or do something different. Now, I know it doesn't seem that different because, you know, I'm just working at another location. But I have to travel, you know? Like, my job at the Steak and Shake closer to me, it's like maybe 25 minutes away. And my other job at the pizza place is like 5 minutes away. So I can't really rationalize being too late for that one though, since I'm only there for like 3 or 4 hours at the most. And I'm only there one day a week, so I just noticed that, like, the less convenient it is, the more of a pain in the ass it seems to be, the more I get out of it. I'm a very strange person, I know this, but it makes sense to people like me. Like, I was explaining it to my friend Eddie Ortiz, and he was like, that makes so much sense. Like, of course it does. Like, if you're a crazy person, you have to do everything backwards. And the rest of the world, they do everything forwards, and it seems like they're going backwards. So what the fuck difference does it make anyway, you know? See, look at this shit. I want you guys to see what I'm seeing, because it's so fucking beautiful. I love this cityscape. It's one of my favorite things in the world. Hold up. You'll get to see it here in a second. This is so not smart. It's so not smart. I know this. You don't have to tell me, bitch. I fucking know. But yeah. Look. You see that snow? It's snow. 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 Oh my god. This is how you're gonna die. You're gonna like be shooting a video and it's gonna go awry. It's gonna go awry. See, I want to show you guys something that I think is really, really cool. It might not actually be really cool, but I think it's pretty awesome. I've said this before. Nashville is a circle, okay? So I'm going to illustrate this in this amazing video with groundbreaking camera footage. See that? That is the city. That is the city. Oh my god. Okay. Now, we're gonna keep going on this little loop-de-loop. That's what it feels like. I don't think it's an actual loop-de-loop, but like, I can't tell you how many times I've done this, where I will be driving and thinking that I'm in one place and I'm somewhere completely different, but I end up in that one place that I think I am, eventually. Eventually it happens. Where, like, I don't know if it's the roads that are confusing to me, or the landmarks that are confusing to me, or just because everything looks the same and feels the same, but that's gotta be it. Yeah, but this is really cool though, because, like, we're literally driving, like, on a road that's gonna wrap right around Nashville, and then you can see the city from different angles. But I've been lost so many times in this city, and I'm lucky that it's no bigger than it is, because I'd definitely be in trouble if this were like Chicago or New York or something. But it's exciting though. It's very exciting. Gotta go the right path. Gotta go the right path. See? See right there? That's my car. That's Fiona. Say hi to Fiona. Say hi. Fiona's saying hi. She just doesn't know how to say it in human language. Okay. See, I'm shooting this videos to like try to motivate myself to shoot more videos and watch the videos that I shoot, because like I said, when I add more to my plate, I seem to get more shit done than if I just have, you know, the one pork chop. That's funny, you should write that down. But see, look, you see this? Now we are in the downtown area, okay? You see? Isn't that so pretty? Isn't it so pretty? Oh my God. They can't see shit, Amy. This is a bad angle. Come on. There we go. There we go. Oh my goodness. Isn't this exciting, Vortex? Don't you feel the rush of the city life? Yeah, whenever Fiona crashes, maybe the Vortex will feel that rush. Yeah, maybe. But no, this is really cool though. Like, see, this is why I like traveling, because then I can like observe, and I can look at things and be amazed, you know? It's like people just, they're not amazed anymore. They're not amazed by like how things can just be pretty awesome. Okay, we're gonna have to get over pretty soon. Let me get over, you piece of garbage person. This may or may not be a piece of garbage, but you're inconveniencing me. You're inconveniencing me, you piece of shit truck. Okay. Now I want you guys to see this again, okay? That's really cool. And here we are again at the Adventure Science Center. That's nowhere near as adventurous as it sounds. I promise. I've been there a few times and it's really lame. I mean, to be called the Adventure Science Center and to be as lame as it is unacceptable to me. But anyway, it's about to get real dark in here. But yeah, man, that's what it's like. That's what it's like to drive around in the city. Late at night. It's smart that we're shooting this video now and not like during rush hour traffic, which is what we were going to do earlier. Now, it probably wouldn't have been that bad considering the fact that, you know, we weren't really moving, so it's not like it was that dangerous because I was just going in one direction, but you know, it's not really smart to shoot a video in the car. We know this, but we still do it anyway because we like to live dangerously. But, you know, we quit drinking. So we gotta do something to make up for the lack of, you know, destructive activities. But anyway. So, I'm trying not to, like, I'm trying not to be this person that I see in other people that I can't stand. And, you know, of course that's easier said than done, but self-awareness always helps, right? Well, it really bothers me that so many people just keep being shitheads. And that's just fine, you know? It's just fine. And I realize that, like, this is the way that it's always been, you know? Like, no matter what people want to believe about this president, like, it really has always been this way, you know? It's just that people didn't notice it until now. But, I'm just really grateful to, like, not be immersed in all of that madness that everybody else seems to, it's like they want to give themselves a pat on the back for, like, being angry all the time. But if they had any idea what's really happening and how much they're being manipulated, like, they would be way more upset. But, you know, I'm really grateful to be unconventional. I'm really grateful to do things my way. I'm really grateful to see things the way that I do. And I'm also really grateful to be able to listen to other people that don't see it the way that I do, you know? Because that's very important. It makes me that much more passionate about what I do believe, you know? Like, because I know that it's right. I know that it's right because of how much other people have proven that to me. But people are making such a big deal about Nancy Pelosi fucking tearing up that speech of the State of the Disunion. And I don't even know why they call it the State of the Union. That's very old hat. We need to old hat. That's not the right term. You know what I'm getting at, Vortex? I know you do. What's a word meaning not old-fashioned, but like out of date? It's out of date. Yeah. Because America has not been unified in quite some time. So to even call it the State of the Union is kind of ridiculous. But anyway, I watched that with my parents, by the way. And it's so weird watching the State of the Union address with my parents, who are boomers, by the way. It's weird that, like, I'm in a position now where I'm watching the State of the Union address with my parents and we're not disagreeing on politics. I mean, there's some stuff that we disagree on, but it's nowhere near what it used to be. So I just find it really funny. Like, everything that's been happening, I find it really funny. And there's a lot of stuff that I think is really terrible, and people would probably think that I'm a very insensitive person. But it's like, I read a lot of dark shit, so it's like I have to have a sense of humor about it. And to normal people that don't read all that dark shit, it's gonna come across as, like, really cold and sick or whatever. But it's like, well, you don't know what I'm reading. Like, if you read what I read, you'd understand why my humor is so dark. But Anyway. I don't know what I was saying, but I did think it was funny though. Like, I love how people are just pretending to be enraged by everything. It's just so funny. Like, why would Republicans be even remotely shocked that Nancy Pelosi did that? I think that she was just pretending to be the squad. She really, really, really wants to be in the squad, but she's not young enough. She's too old. She's too old to be in the squad, so she has to do something that displays emotional immaturity, you know. No, I know, it was kind of immature for Donald Trump not to shake her hand, but like, can you really blame him for that shit? They hate each other. It's just so childish, you know. But I don't know. You gotta call everybody out. If you don't call everybody out, you're a fucking hypocrite. Like, he said some shit that night that I was like, what the fuck is he talking about? Freedom unifies the soul. What the fuck does that mean, Donald? I pondered that one. Then I felt like a fucking retard because I didn't know what he meant by that. But anyway. Freedom unifies the soul. I realize that those speeches, it's like, you got to talk about your accomplishments, you got to talk about the things that you're trying to do to move forward, but you also have to include a bunch of fluffity fluff, you know? You got to talk about a bunch of stuff that's like, it doesn't really make sense, but it like, in your head it sounds good, you know, in your head it sounds philosophical or something, you know. And I feel like that's what life is for a lot of people. Like, you just have to make up a bunch of shit and pretend that it's philosophical when it's really fucking not, you know. It freedom unifies the soul. Lately, I've been finding a lot of stuff funny that's not really that funny, but I'm just like really grateful to be a crazy person, I guess, because I can really enjoy things. Dude, it's snowing right now. That's pretty cool. It is cool. You know what else is really cool? The fact that, like, I can make it up to Madison with like quarter tank of gas. That's pretty good. I mean, to be going as far as I'm going, you know, Fiona is the shit, man. The smaller cars, they're not as bad for the environment. Not that that's what I was thinking about when I bought the car, but nobody thinks about that. The only people that think about shit like that are people that can afford to buy some fucking electronic, whatever the fuck, you know what I'm talking about? What the cars that you have to charge like every 4 hours or something. Yeah, man. You know, sometimes I look at America and I think like there are certain things about it that are just really, really terrible. You know, like most women these days don't even know how to cook, but they definitely know how to drive through a fast food drive-through lane. You know, like it's just pathetic. Like, the more that we get, the less we appreciate, and the more we can rationalize making terrible decisions and blame them on other people. So I just wonder, like, how things might change, like, in the future, if, you know, we get Bernie Sanders or we get, you know, Donald Trump again. It's just like, I just wonder about that, like, because I don't really think anybody appreciates what we have until it's gone. I mean, it's easy to complain. But anyway, I just like, I don't have a solution, man. I don't think that anybody does. I think that, like, the lie is that there's a solution. The lie is that there's a system that can make everything good, you know? It's like equality isn't real. That's just bullshit. You want equality, you can just go work at a restaurant because you'll get treated the same as everybody else. Like, really and truly, I've been thinking more and more about this, about how, like, working at a restaurant really expands your perspective, not only on the world, but, you know, just different experiences, and you know, right ways to deal with things and wrong ways to deal with things. You definitely learn how to stop taking things personally, and that's something that was really hard for me for a long time. But that's why I always advise women to work in restaurants, because it'll toughen them up, and then they'll be sexist like me, and they won't put up with all this shit. See, nobody should put up with shit from other people, you know? Like, this shouldn't be about gender. Just don't put up with shit from people. That's it. You know? Don't let people take advantage of you. Don't let people treat you like shit. But I don't know. I think it's more complicated than that. I like to just simplify things, but I don't think it's that easy, though. Especially when people want to make everything racist and sexist when it clearly isn't. You know, like, what the fuck can you really do? Especially, like, about people that behave like that. You know, like, and that's another thing, like, just what I just said about not taking things personally. Like, working in a drive-thru, it's like you have people blaming their problems on you. You have people that, you know, they get mad because they have to wait. They get mad because, you know, you didn't talk to them in the tone that they wanted you to talk to them. You know, you'd be absolutely amazed as to how much shit people complain about unnecessarily. But it's just like stupid petty bullshit, you know? Like, you have to deal with that a lot working at a restaurant, and like, once you deal with that enough, you're not gonna be one of those stupid petty bullshitters, because you don't, first of all, you know, you have enough awareness that you don't want to be one of those people, right? Not just that, though. It's like it just makes you kind of grow up in a way. Like, I can always tell, like, you know, when people come in to the restaurant, like, I can always tell if they worked at a restaurant or not, based on their attitude. So it's why I ask a lot of questions, because I don't ever want to just assume anything, because there's a lot of shit I don't know. So, you know, if I have a question, what's it like being a meteorologist, you know? And I happen to be around a meteorologist, I'm gonna question the fuck out of them, you know? People don't do that. And I don't know if it's because they're embarrassed, because they're afraid of looking stupid, but it's like, you shouldn't be embarrassed because you ask a question. Like, you're gonna be more stupid if you don't ask the question. I don't get it. I don't get society, man, this ignorance. And then people are like arrogant about being ignorant. Unfucking believable. Anyway, this video is long enough. I'm gonna stop. I know that you know what I mean, though, Vortex. I know that you have some semblance of understanding, if that's the right word. It's probably not. It just sounded good. I like the word semblance. See, that should have been included in the State of the Union. The word semblance. But anyway, I'm gonna go.